Welcome to Tips from Trestle. This podcast is dedicated to discussing the senior living industry with a unique focus on food, hospitality, and leadership. I'm your host, Aaron Fish. As a 25-year veteran of the hospitality industry, I've focused my work on creating exceptional experiences for the customers we serve. My goal for this podcast? Educate, inform, and inspire leaders in senior living to bring food and hospitality to the front of mind in our industry. Let's bring the innovative and passionate spirit of hospitality to everything that we do for the residents, families, guests, and employees we serve each and every day. So what are we waiting for? Let's get to it. Today I want to talk to you about something that many food and beverage leaders in our industry already know, but seem to not really talk about much. It involves executive directors. Senior living operations leaders have to wear many hats, and the question always arises, how do they get everything done that is needed in a given day? And because of this, one area that tends to get overlooked by many of these executive directors is meal service and the food and beverage operation as a whole. Meals and the experience around them are critical to the overall success of a community. Bad food can give you a bad reputation, while an amazing and engaging chef will wow prospects and close your back door. But the presence of the executive director is a critical piece of making your senior living food and beverage operation a huge success. So let's talk a little bit more about the role of the executive director. A community executive director has an enormous role in maintaining and creating a successful food and beverage operation. But oftentimes, executive directors don't have a culinary or hospitality background, so they focus their energies elsewhere because, and I quote, they don't know anything about the kitchen. This is both a mistake and super easy to fix. To help the operation leaders be successful, I want to share with you my 5 daily tasks that every executive director should be doing to ensure the long-term success of the food and beverage operation. First, they need to attend the pre-service meeting. Seeing the executive director at this mission-critical meeting adds increased value to it for all food and beverage employees. It also allows the executive director to share updates and creates better relationships with your food and beverage team. And for the ED, it lets them keep a pulse on how the team is doing and if the leaders of the department have things on task. Number 2, walk the kitchen. Just as important as walking your tour route every day, a purposeful walkthrough of your kitchen is essential to support your food and beverage team in maintaining organization and cleanliness standards. If your organization doesn't have a daily checklist for you to use, create your own, find one online, or find a resource such as Trestle Hospitality Concepts to help you create one. Number 3, taste the food. Even with the most talented chef, production mistakes can and will happen. Tasting menu items prior to service helps you as the community leader be proactive in preventing customer complaints around food quality. There's nothing worse than a soup that's too salty, or a chili that's too spicy, or any other sort of off flavoring. So we want to manage that. By tasting the food, it also shows the food and beverage team that you are invested in the quality of the final product. And it's a great lead by example method of the value of quality assurance. Number 4, be present for service. Your presence as an executive director allows for an outsider's perspective on service flow and staff training needs. It gives residents assurance that you have a handle on meal service and helps reduce complaint escalation and shows that you value the work that the food and beverage team does by being there for support and assistance if needed. Especially now during these trying staffing times, your presence as an executive director is of the utmost importance for your team. And number 5, review your purchasing. Food is going to be your second largest expense outside of labor. If the food and beverage team is making daily purchases, your procurement process is broken. This will lead to lost productivity in the kitchen and usually will lead to significant overspend. A daily review of spending allows you to be proactive in managing the food budget and helping your food and beverage leader develop better strategies and processes for purchasing. The best part of these 5 activities is that not only does it allow the executive director to be more fully engaged in the operation of the food and beverage department, over time, it will allow them to gain better confidence in their abilities to manage the department. And let's be clear, a well-rounded leader is the best kind of leader.
So there you have it, another one in the books. Thanks again, everybody, for listening. You can follow or direct message me on LinkedIn, where I'm always commenting and posting about food, hospitality, and leadership for the senior living industry. Or give me a follow on Twitter at AHFish or Instagram at AaronHFish. And check out my company, Trestle Hospitality Concepts, at www.trestlehospitalityconcepts.com. I'm your host, Aaron Fish, and this has been another episode of Tips from Trestle.